Today, shockingly, the biggest games company has the most news. So much EA. This week on Checkpoint. Welcome to Checkpoint.
Whoa, you sound sick.
You sound dumb.
Okay, well then, sick and cranky. Noted.
Bad news for the 4 people who wanted to play Battlefield 4 on the Wii U. The Frostbite engine doesn't run on it. Well, to be accurate, they couldn't get Frostbite 2 working on it, so they're just not even bothering with Frostbite 3. But good news for the 3 people with Wii U's who think mobile gaming is just too mobile. Nintendo is working on a professional level piece of software that will allow smartphone games to be easily ported to the Wii U. They've finally released an HD console, but they want to make sure you can play your iOS games on it. Thanks, Nintendo.
You may recall from the PS4 press conference that Sony's new system will feature a share button that, among other things, will let you record and stream your gameplay. But now we've just learned that developers will be able to disable this function, presumably if they don't want certain aspects of the game spoiled right away, or, more likely, if they deem your gameplay far too embarrassing to be seen in public, because they care about you.
There was much wailing and gnashing of teeth last week when it was announced that Disney had signed a multi-year deal with Electronic Arts for the publishing and development of all future Star Wars games. While the actual developers, DICE, Visceral, and BioWare, have good track records for popular and well-performing games, having Electronic Worst Company in America Arts associated with Star Wars is a tough pill to swallow for many gamers. For our part, we don't understand Disney's decision because they already had a company churning out mediocre Star Wars titles, and they closed LucasArts.
And in further Star Wars video game news, it was also revealed that Lucasfilm has registered domain names for what are assumed to be new Star Wars games. Those domains are Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Wolfpack, and something called Wookiee Hunters, which we can only assume is a crossover between Star Wars and the Cabela's franchise, where you play as a Corellian hunter, deep in the jungles of Kashyyyk, trying to bag that most elusive, a big game. There could even be a minigame where you herd nerfs!
Electronic Arts has announced that going forward their shooters will not feature licensed guns. Of course, they've actually never featured licensed guns. What they mean is that they won't be doing any more cross-marketing or mutually beneficial charitable work with gun manufacturers. However, they are going to keep on using those real guns. EA Labels president Frank Gibeau said, "A book doesn't have to pay for saying the word Colt," which is true, and nor does a video game. A video game also doesn't have to pay for saying "Imagine" by John Lennon, but if you wanted to use the actual song, you're going to pay for it. Does this more public distancing from real gun manufacturers mean we'll be looking at the gun equivalent of sound-alikes? Just move the magazine a bit, slide the sights down a touch, and boom, look for the next Call of Duty game featuring such guns as the Kolf, the JK-47, and the MP5. And fun fact for those of you keeping score at home, Checkpoint 100.
Check it out. Ding, bitches! Woo! Coming up, the new Wolfenstein game takes place in an alternate universe 1960s where the Nazis won World War II. You know, like you do.